How do you say hello in Chinese?
Ni hao.
Can you say what's up?
What up,
2K
D-Ho?
family?
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Good evening, sports fans. This is 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny Smith. Tonight, we'll see the Los Angeles Clippers as they play against the Toronto Raptors. For
Raptors are out of Toronto and into an interconference game. We've got some terrific NBA action in store for you today. Alongside Doris Burke and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. And on the sidelines, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. It's a single-game return to Los Angeles for the Clippers as they look for a boost from their home crowd. They've lost their last 3 games, and guys, they like that streak to end tonight here.
Yeah, and mentally, they're a team right now that's a little bit dysfunctional. And there's a visible tightness in terms of how they play, and then little flow right now to the game. They just haven't been able to sustain any periods of consistency.
So let's take a look at the Toronto Raptors starting lineup. We've got Bobby Portis. Thornwell is out there with DJ Augustin. And there's Bismack Biyombo, and it's Bazemore at the 3 spot. By this point in the season, Doris, certain teams have been hit hard by the injury bug, and the truth is the next man up, the next player up, can be easier said than done.
Oh, there's no doubt about it, Kevin. Sometimes it's not necessarily when the injury happens, it's who has the injury hit. So a all-star level player, an MVP caliber player, can't necessarily be replaced 1-for-1. So sometimes you've got to make some schematic adjustments, and sometimes you've got to rely on the whole to pick up the one big star that's gone down.
I wish that two character is really revealed when you start losing a couple players to injury.
No doubt, Kevin.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Now, here's Valentine. 17 points for him last game against Phoenix.
His passing definitely came into play as well, Kev. He was very unselfish, really kept the ball moving.
Denzel Valentine, another tough, high IQ player, Greg, out of Michigan State.
Yeah, 4-year player for the Spartans. He knows how to play the game of basketball and has the versatility to impact the game in a variety of ways.
That one is no good. Here's Thornwell, covered by Lee. Offensive rebound. It's tipped. And that's out. Toronto will retain possession. Here's Augustine, and can't hit the shot, but they're saying he got hacked, so he'll head to the free throw line. And this Toronto team has started to depend on threes more often for their offense.
You're right, Kevin. They went from being near the bottom of the league in threes attempted to top 5 in attempts this past year. And a lot of that is the green light to shoot from the wings that they have. It's another dynamic to an already potent scoring machine.
Both free throws good from Augustine. Now Valentine, and they get some nice contributions from him on a nightly basis as he averages over 11 points a game.
Yeah, the defender all over it.
The Clippers have shot 2 free throws and they're 1 of 2 so far. And he's good on the second. Just around a minute and a half into the first quarter. Here's Thornwell, covered by Lee. Augustine in the corner. And the pass to Thornwell. Just 5 to shoot. Back to Augustine. The Raptors need to get a shot off. There's Portis, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Pass to Knox. We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. Here's Lure. It's Biombo with the rebound.
Boy, I didn't think he had a chance of stopping that lay-in. What a gutsy defensive play.
Clippers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Howard down after the assist, let him into the lane.
Well, you love that Courtney Lee, a tremendous shooter, is willing to give it up when he sees a guy open. That's good stuff.
Now here is Augustine. D right on him. Pass to Bazemore. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
Physical basketball there, and in the best sense. A hard screen allows him to shake the defender and get to the bucket for the layup.
Justin Anderson, he's checked in for Lure. Now here's Valentine. Anderson kicks to Valentine. Augustine grabs the board.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Well, that's just stellar interior defense. You can't ask for anything more than that. I'll tell you, they're willing to give him that shot, and he takes advantage of it.
Doncic passes to Anderson. Here's Knox, defended by Portis.
Well, they get it to the high percentage area, and then it all goes wrong from there.
Now here is Augustine. Tight defense on him. Clock at 6. Pass to Bazemore. And again, Toronto with the triple.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Clippers trail by 9. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Anderson finds Lee. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Now, here's Valentine. He's covered by Bazemore. 4 on the shot clock. Valentine's shot good.
Boy, that is about as low a percentage shot as I've ever seen. I guess this guy likes a challenge.
Now, here's Bazemore. He's got 9. And a wide open look for Portis. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Doncic with it. He kicks it to Valentine. And he uses the glass on the layup. Valentine's got 5 points so far.
He's got such soft touch around the rim. The D has to try to keep him out of the paint, because if he gets close, it's lights out.
Now here is Augustine. He's guarded closely. Biombo. That's good.
This guy is very solid close to the rim. Biombo knows when to be assertive on the interior.
Now, here's Doncic, guarded by Augustine. Here's Knox, defended by Portis. And it goes down 2 points. He's got 6.
Rookie of the year right there, boys.
And here's Augustine. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Milwaukee.
Yeah, I was also struck by how well he shared the basketball. He created a lot of easy buckets with that passing ability.
Now, here's Bazemore, leading by 5. 5 to shoot. Thornwell kicks to Augustine. From deep three-point range, and there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. And now, with this break, here are the premier class cleaners among rookies over the course of the past month. Number 1, Mohamed Bamba. And, of course, Luka Doncic.
And they've each come into their own, I think, as rebounders during this stretch.
I think they're getting used to the more physical nature of the NBA.
Lee outside. Kicks to Doncic. There's the pass to Valentine. Shoots over Bazemore. And he overshot that one, missing. And they're moving it up. Over Valentine. Bazemore misses.
And he's just a tough defender. Good positioning to get after that shot.
Right, perfect contest in that instance, Greg, making it really hard on the shooter to have any kind of space at all.
Now here's Bazemore. Playing Milwaukee, he was nearly unstoppable. And too much time in the lane, they get called for the 3-second violation. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east already. We are in December. We take a look at the Cavaliers. Things going their way so far in this season. Right now, they lead the pack up front in the first spot with the best record. And, of course, the Raptors. They're looking to salvage what they can of the season.
And when I look at Toronto, they haven't made any of the strides they were hoping to see prior to the season. Again, hanging around at the bottom of the standings.
And with one eye already on the off season, I would guess they start tinkering with lineups, different personnel combinations as this season wraps up. That way they can start forming a plan for the future.
So, timeout called here, the first for Toronto. And Courtney Lee out of Western Kentucky, a consistent 3-and-D veteran.
And you know, more of a journeyman's career, but I tell you what, he's a winner. And competes, does those little things, and boy, he makes some big shots.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Terrence Ross is checked in for Justin Anderson. Allen comes in for Lee. And it's Grant in for Doncic. Now, here's Bamba. He's coming off a 10-point game against Milwaukee.
Yeah, but he was the ultimate two-way player. Defensively, also doing a great job. A couple blocks in that game as well.
Here's Valentine after the made shot from Dennis Schroeder. Valentine passes to Knox. Shoots over Frazier, and the basket by Knox. Knox has got 8 points.
Well, he just keeps rolling right now. What a terrific quarter for him on the offensive end.
Frazier kicks to Grant. At the elbow, it's Bamba. Schroeder outside. Sinks the triple. He has 5.
And they are shooting the lights out from distance here early.
Allen finds Ross. Passes to Grant. Shoots over Schroeder. Grant. That's good. Grant's got his first 2 points of the night.
Yeah, great anticipation of where the open man was going to be, and Terrence Ross finds him immediately. That's really pretty.
Here's Bamba. Rebounded by Knox.
Just tentative in the paint, lacking a little bit of confidence, allowed the defender to recover and contest that shot.
And Grant sends it back.
Well, he's got to be a defensive stalwart, and Jeremy Grant using his size to send it back.
Schroeder outside, down low, Bamba, and the dunk by Bamba.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
Yeah, they may have gotten the feeling he would dish it off, but he had a surprise for them.
Knox the pass to Allen. Ross on the wing. Hits it from three-point range. Ross has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Toronto leading by 3. Schroeder kicks to Pondexter. Frazier left side. Out to the wing. Now Pondexter. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Tries a 3. Here's Bamba. And good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points.
Yeah, and this is something Bamba does so well. Unbelievable recognition and timing to come up with offensive rebounds.
Now here's Ross. Here's Knox. scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
He is getting it done on the offensive end. 5 buckets through 7 shots.
Grant against Schroeder. Pondexter with it. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. He can't hit that time. Frazier, the pass to Schroeder. And here is Pondexter. Kicks it out to Schroeder. Pass to Frazier. Grant in the post. He's guarded by Ross. Shot from free throw range. No good from Grant.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Valentine passes to Ross. Misses from short range. And so Grant will bring it up for Toronto. It's a 3-point game, and this is the first season matchup for them against this Clippers team.
And they had some trouble with this group a year ago, and it's a bit of a head-scratcher as to why, given the way both teams ended the year.
Now, here's Valentine. After the miss from Dennis Schroeder, and it's Grant in the corner. 35 seconds left in the first. And good that time.
Wow, he doesn't make plays like that very often. That's a nice move inside.
Schroeder finds Grant. Raptors moving the ball around, and the basket is good.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Grant outside. Pass to Knox.
That's a great move.
And the layup's good off the glass. Knox has got 12 points in the game.
Just good, aggressive drive from him that time. Found a hole in the D and went straight to the rim.
And we'll be back with you shortly. And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And guys, what's your take on Toronto so far?
I mean, they just got hot early from beyond the arc, and we'll just have to wait and see if they can keep that going.
You just try to keep riding this wave, right? They've been absolutely dominant from three-point territory.
John Lure's out there with Knox. Then it's Terrence Ross. Then there's Allen. And it's Graham in at the point guard. That's who's out there for the Clippers. The Los Angeles Clippers come into this one following a loss to the Suns. Doors are seeing a lot of movement on the offensive side of the ball. A lot of screening, a lot of movement, obviously, without the ball. Does that require more awareness, not only on the offensive side to make those moves, but also defensively?
No, I don't think there's any question about it. One of the most important things you can do if you're an excellent defensive team is you start with communication. So as that action starts, the movement and the screening, are the teammates talking? Screen coming right, screen coming left. Do we want to trap the screen? Do we want to make sure the ball gets out of a certain player's hands? Communication in this day and age against motion offenses has got to be at the top of the list defensively.
Well said. The Clippers in the lead. To the paint. Here's Knox. No good on that one. So the Raptors will take it the other way. They put up a nice win against the Bucks the last time out.
Yeah, unfortunately for them, I thought the opponent's defense just never showed up.
I mean, you have to question their effort, Greg. They did a great job at penetrating and kicking out. The defense simply wasn't up to the task.
Here's Graham. The Raptors getting the bucket. Knox the pass to Graham. From deep. Rebound by the Raptors.
Jeez, maybe he was trying to show off or something right there.
Whatever he was trying to do, that's not his best look. He can get a better one.
And it's Schroeder missing.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Knox misses. The Raptors have gotten only one of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. And the dunk by Bamba.
You really couldn't ask for a better finisher for that play. Bamba able to go above and beyond there. It makes him a humongous target.
And that was an unleashed chaos moment indeed. What a spectacular play. Sponsored by Under Armour Hover Hat. Nobody near Allen. Good on the triple. Allen's got the game tied up here for the Clippers.
You hope that's a wake-up call for the defense, boys, because you give them that clean a look and it's over.
And there's the pass to Pondexter. Frazier against Ross. Here's Schroeder. His three-pointers off the mark.
And just not able to find the target from three-point range here in the second quarter, although he did knock down one in the first.
Graham kicks to Ross. Passes it to Graham. Shoots over Schroeder. And it's Graham missing. Toronto's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. To the middle. Here's Schroeder. Good, and it's Frazier who picks up the assist. That's 7 points for Dennis Schroeder.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And Bamba comes to help. Pass to Graham. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there.
Boy, they're just giving him that shot. An easy opportunity for three. It just slips away.
Connects from three-point range.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
He kicks to Ross. Los Angeles with another miss.
And even without that three ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play. And not just sustaining the lead, that they're adding to it.
Right, and this is precisely what you want to do. Build up the lead and keep the pressure on.
Now, here's Lure. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Phoenix.
Yeah, Kev, he was a standout on the backboards that night and got a number of big rebounds.
Toronto leading by 5. Schroeder outside. Kicks to Grant. Inside. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. A chance to take a moment and compare the front court and back court scoring on the night for Toronto.
And it's been guard play, which really has shouldered the burden offensively here. They'd like a bit more production from the front court, but in the meantime, this backcourt has kept them in the game.
And that one falls for Bamba.
You know, the comparisons to Rudy Gobert are understandable. Bamba's insane reach really helps on both ends of the court.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Anderson, he's checked in for Knox. Lee comes in for Ross. And Doncic is subbed in for Allen. Raptors also changing it up. Bobby Portis is checked in for Grant. Ken Bazemore comes in for Quincy Pondexter. And Thornwell subbed in for Frazier. Here's Graham. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. 14 feet away. Doesn't go for him. Now Toronto takes it the other way.
At some point, he has to stop shooting. How is this helping his team?
From the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, guys, the Clippers are going in a new direction. Now, Coach Doc Rivers said we had a shot. I don't think anybody understands how hard it is to win a title. Until you do that, you're going to be frustrated a lot and have to make tough decisions. Kevin?
Well, they're trying to make the right decisions to rebuild better than before, DA. Thanks. And the Clippers making a change here. Brown's checked in. The Raptors also with a sub. Biyombo is checked in for Bamba.
Boy, they don't waste any time on that inbound play. Very little the defense can do to react to that one.
Doncic kicks to Brown. Lure up top. Out to Lee. Fires for 3. It's Biyombo with the rebound.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Let's remember, Courtney Lee has been in the league a long time, actually played in an NBA Finals. This guy has been able to score and defend regardless of where he's been.
Now here's Schroeder. They lead by their biggest margin of the game, 9. Nice shot by Portis.
Indicative of what we've seen tonight. One team being the aggressor, the other failing to react.
Right, really a disappointing effort on the defensive end, not offering any challenge at all at the cup.
And the Clippers decide to take their first time out here. Doris, you're talking about Lee. It's a shooter's league. Why has he been dealt, you think, so many times?
You know, it's an interesting situation. He's never going to be a star, but that doesn't mean he isn't valuable. And teams are willing to trade for him as part of a bigger package. Give him credit. The guy's been a pro. He never complains.
Now we get a chance to check out the standings out west. Already we're in December. You look at San Antonio. They like where they stand right now, perched in that topmost position. And, of course, the Clippers. They have a lot of ground to make up.
And right now for the Clippers, they haven't made any of the strides they were hoping to see prior to the season. Again, hanging around at the bottom of the standings.
And with one eye already on the off season, I would guess they start tinkering with lineups, different personnel combinations as this season wraps up. That way they can start forming a plan for the future.
Well executed, and then you love the strong finish.
Yes, you love that they're not settling for anything outside the paint. Excellent work getting right to the pin.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Los Angeles shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts of the game right here.
Yeah, and over the course of the season, they're a respectable 78%. That comes in handy in close games.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
That free throw, no good. A lot of responsibility, Doris, in being the focal point of an offense. What characteristics have you seen are shared among NBA players who carry the load offensively for their teams every game?
Right, this is a great separation point to me in the NBA because there are a lot of outstanding players at the level on any given night in the NBA. But Kevin, there is a select few players who are willing to share the lion's share of the responsibility. Men like Kevin Durant, LeBron James, Russell Westbrook. Like, you have to be prepared 82 times per year to step between the lines, shoulder the load, and sometimes when you underperform, to bear the criticism that comes with that responsibility. And Kevin, you know this. That's a select few player who's willing to absorb that.
Good thoughts. Now, here's Valentine. After the miss from Dennis Schroeder. That's a 2 from Lee. Misses off the left iron.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Schroeder finds Portis. Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. Here's Bazemore. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
Listen, he's been a key component of their offense tonight. Efficient and effective.
Lure. It's Biyombo with the rebound. Biyombo's got his 4th rebound in this one. Lee against Bazemore. To the inside. And it's Biyombo with the jam.
Well, showing off that athleticism is Bismack Biyombo. That's an easy one.
Doris, Bismack Biyombo known for his defense, and that's pretty much what you're going to get from him.
Well, and there was a day and age where being dominant defensively would keep you on the floor. But for Biyombo, I think he knows he's got to create some offense because in the NBA, you need to be able to do both.
The Raptors making a switch here. Augustine's checked in. Now here's Lee. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Suns in Phoenix. Off offensive rebound.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Well, that's just stellar interior defense. You can't ask for anything more than that.
And he thought he had a clear path to the hoop, but the defense didn't give up on that play and cut him off.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Grant's checked in. Now, here's Doncic. 11 points for him in that last game against Phoenix. In the corner, Valentine with it. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Bazemore on the wing. He's covered by Brown. Augustine against Grant. Augustine passes to Bazemore. Here's Thornwell. Last game he had 12. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Bazemore's got 6 in the quarter.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
And the Clippers call time here.
Well, I mean, he needs to talk to his guys. The interior defense has been horrific.
Absolutely no rim protection whatsoever. At this point, the other team is walking all over them on the inside.
And now let's check in on the two guards from around the league and see which one of them is playing the stingiest defense over the span of the last 10 games. You take a look at Bazemore, 5th in the NBA, very crafty player.
And both the hand speed and general quickness of the players on that list are outstanding. Those are the qualities you need to be an effective perimeter defender.
Effective doesn't begin to describe this crew. Their defensive skills are game-changing, and it isn't just the steals. It's the ability they have to get in their opponents' heads and force them into bad decisions.
Pass to Brown. Now Doncic. Brown outside. They need this one.
And teams have nights like this when the shots that usually drop just won't go down. That's when you have to rely on your defense, and that's the only way to stay in the game. I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
And the pass to Lewis. Back to Brown. The dish to Lewis. Grant outside. Pulls from the top of the key, and it comes off the front of the rim. And so it's Augustine who will bring it up for Toronto. A 21-point lead, the biggest in the game.
He's cooled down a little bit after draining those 2 3-pointers in the first quarter.
Now, here's Grant. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. For Los Angeles, they have made 5 of 8 of their free throw attempts.
Jeremy Grant taking 2 shots.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. Now he's checked in for Brown. And Grant drops them both. And Toronto has possession. Now Augustine, taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Portis kicks to Augustine. Just 5 on the clock. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Valentine's got his 5th rebound in this one.
If he were shooting a bit better tonight, they'd be much further ahead in the scoreboard.
Passes it to Doncic. Great touch on the 16-footer. Doncic has got his first bucket of the night.
And he's capable of scoring from anywhere, really. Doncic has a strong grasp here of the mid-range.
Outside Portis. Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. Biombo, that's good.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Valentine passes to Lewis. and misses it off the right side of the rim.
Boy, they leave an area of the floor totally unprotected, and he lets it go to waste.
Nice shot by Portis. Portis has got his third basket of the night.
I'll tell you, when he gets in that deep, there simply has to be some help defensively. The size mismatch is just too great there.
Valentine kicks to Lure. Now here's Valentine. Defense is right there. No good from 11 feet. Toronto leading by 21. Inside, here's Portis. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. Portis has got 8.
And they've had assists now in their last 3 baskets.
LA's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. Valentine passes to Lure. Back to Valentine. Goes up at the stripe. And it's Biyombo with the rebound. Biyombo's got 9 rebounds now tonight. To the paint, here's Bazemore. Outside Portis. Back to Bazemore. There's the feed to Biyombo. And then Biyombo with the dunk. Great game for him. Double-double now. 11 points and 10 rebounds.
We call that persistence, folks. Bismack Biyombo is a force on the offensive glass.
And so it's the Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hi again, everyone. The first quarter for the Raptors was fairly even. Their field goal percentage was a robust 50% in the period. That's something they can hang their hat on. They just exploded in the second quarter, grabbing the momentum and running with it. Basket after basket, and they played stingy defense. Now they've got a halftime lead that's going to be very difficult to erase. And taking a look at the Raptors, Kenny, what did you see out there?
Their field goal percentage is a number that jumps off the page. May I say it, Shaq-like?
That's a good one.
Seriously, they're incredibly efficient shooting the basketball.
And that wraps up the half.
That's a great look at the glistening Staples Center on a typical bright sunny day here in Southern California. Welcome back to Los Angeles. And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. You gotta like what Kent Bazemore has done in this game.
And we saw his work over the first 2 quarters, really pushing the action and consistently finding the open man.
It felt like he owned that first half because he involved his guys with his passes, found different ways to take advantage of the defense.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. Setting the floor for the Raptors. B.J. Augustine out there with Thornwell. Then there's Bobby Portis. Then there's Kent Bazemore. And it's Biyombo at the center, filling out the middle. And the officials call him for a 3-second violation. Here's Los Angeles now. They're off to San Antonio after this game, bringing their show to the AT&T Center. That'll be the first half of a 2-game trip. Here's Knox, covered by Biyombo, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
No, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
The Clippers have shot 70% from the free throw line tonight, 7 for 10. And he sinks the second. And so Bazemore will bring it up for the Raptors. Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. And John Lure gets the whistle that time. That will get him his 4th foul of the game.
4th foul of the night. Now he needs to be smart, can't reach in and pick up something foolish.
Portis finds Biyombo, and the dunk by Biyombo.
And when you're on the road, this is how you silence the crowd. Tremendous all-around play.
But it's not easy building a lead like this on the road, Greg, but they have been lights out throughout this game.
Here's Valentine. Rebound by the Raptors. Portis has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Bazemore with it. He's picked up by Doncic. Biyombo buries it down low. Biyombo's got 4 points in the quarter.
Exceptional play across the board. I love their tenacity, just piling it on at this point.
You know, the beauty is it hasn't just been offense, right? It's been the defensive end as well. They're firing on all cylinders right now.
Elbow shot. No good off the back of the rim.
Well, can't find the target, but good work to get into open space inside the arc.
And Augustine kicks to Thornwell. Pass to Bazemore. And Valentine over to help. Now Augustine. That one, no good. Good D by Lee. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Pass to Lure. Now here's Valentine. He's covered by Bazemore. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Valentine. It's rebounded by Portis.
That's a big donut, folks, here. Start the second half. 4 straight they've missed.
Now here's Bazemore. Tight defense on him. Good. Bazemore's got 17.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling now.
Knox the pass to Lee. And Lure kicks to Valentine. The pass to Doncic. Over Augustine. Doncic, no good.
Ouch. 5 shots without a make. That's a really ragged start coming out of halftime.
Dennis Schroeder's checked in for Toronto. Clippers have gone 0-5 to the start of the second quarter. Extremely cold shooting coming out of the locker room. No good from Lee. The Raptors have gotten 4 of their first 5 second-half shots to fall. 80% since the break. Thornwell kicks it to Bazemore. Dishes it to Biyombo. Schroeder outside. This one for 3. It's hauled in by the Clippers. They could use a bucket. Good. He hits the jump shot. He's got 15.
I'll tell you, it takes fantastic vision and flawless timing to produce an assist like that.
Bazemore dishes to Biyombo. Here's Schroeder. That shot off the mark. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. Allen inside the three-point line. It's rebounded by Portis. Portis has got his 7th rebound here tonight. Here's Thornwell, covered by Lee. Thornwell, the pass to Bazemore. Passes to Thornwell. Fires from deep. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Thornwell's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Boy, nice stroke from downtown. Got it off just before the defense could react. That's his specialty.
And Lure kicks to Graham. The jumper from the free throw line is good.
In the mid-range, rarely the hallmark of efficiency in today's NBA, but it is on point tonight.
Bazemore against Allen. Back to Schroeder. Pass to Portis. And that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel. And now we go to a rookie leaderboard to get a check on the players at the top of the freshman class in assists over the last 10 games. Number 1, Luka Doncic.
Really starting to connect with his teammates. I mean, a really heads-up player for a rookie.
Graham, the pass to Lure. Here's Knox. Great D that time from Portis. And it's Schroeder in the corner. Tipped away. Lee with the steal. Here's Knox. Defended by Portis. Inside. And out of bounds as the Raptors gain possession.
And here's some numbers on Bazemore. How's the last month of basketball been for him? Averaging 15 points a game, 3 rebounds, and 3 assists. He has been terrific throughout, putting up some huge numbers offensively.
Well, and this is exactly who he is, a flat-out scoring machine. You plug him in and let him go to work.
Schroeder, right side, pass to Thornwell. Bazemore finds Portis. Back to Bazemore. Shot clock at 6. Here's Thornwell. Here's Biyombo. Biyombo, no luck. They battled on the glass, but couldn't knock it down. Here's Knox. That's Biyombo with the rebound. And so it's Schroeder with the ball. He'll bring it up for Toronto. Since halftime, they've only allowed 5 points. Thornwell kicks it over to Schroeder. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
And how about the terrific use of the crossover there to just throw the defender off balance?
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. A new group in now for the Raptors. Bamba is checked in for Biyombo. Jeremy Grant comes in for Portis. Quincy Pondexter, he's checked in for Kent Bazemore. And it's Frazier in for Thornwell.
One shot.
That's good from Schroeder. And Los Angeles guys shooting at a 32% clip from the field. They're just not executed. And it's Mohamed Bamba with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. The pass to Graham. Out of bounds, Clippers ball as the Clippers keep possession. And this is what the schedule looks like for the Los Angeles Clippers. On Thursday, they'll be facing off against DeMarcus Cousins and the San Antonio Spurs. And then on Saturday, they'll go up against Russell Westbrook and the Oklahoma City Thunder.
And looking at the Mavericks matchup, you know they're going to be amped up for that one. And they'll need to be. That's going to be one tough game for that group.
Just 5 on the clock. Here's Graham.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
Here's Frazier. No good. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Good on the shot. Graham's got his second basket of the night.
Yeah, the D has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the floor.
In the corner, it's Pondexter. And the Raptors miss again. Pondexter's gone 2 for 6 from the floor so far. Ross passes to Graham, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. The Clippers have had 12 attempts at the line, making 8 so far.
Taking 2 shots.
And that one falls for Graham. And good on the second, so he makes them both. Toronto's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Pass to Pondexter. Ross against Frazier. Grant outside. Schroeder kicks to Pondexter. From deep, it's hauled in by the Clippers.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him. But luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack.
Muscala with the ball. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Here's Anderson. Pass to Graham. Back to Muscala. Jacks up a three. It's hauled in by Frazier.
That's as good a look as he's going to get beyond the arc, but there are no sure things from that range, even for him.
Schroeder surveying the floor. 13 feet away. Second chance shot. Can't get the layup. The Clippers shooting only 32% from the field. Plenty of signs of struggle by this offense today. The Raptors shooting 35% or so in the third quarter. Whatever they're trying is not working. That shot is in, just like 6 others have been for him. He's shooting 7 for 15.
Absolutely fearless. I mean, a nice subtle adjustment there going up against Wynn.
And to me, that's all about the body control, right, Greg? I mean, he does such a stellar job sizing up his man and drains it despite having the size on him.
A shot by Frazier, no good. LA's gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Allen dishes to Graham. It's Muscala, top of the key. And it's Mohamed Bamba with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. So it's both teams making substitutions here. We've got 1:55 left in the third. Just 5 to shoot. The Clippers need to get off a shot. Muscala. Chalk up 2 there. Muscala's got his first bucket of the night.
Nice job getting inside for the layup. Got the D thinking. Jump shot. Gave a little pump fake. And then off to the races.
Grant outside. Frazier against Grant. Pass to Augustine. Shoots over Brown. Plays again, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D. .116 left in the third quarter of the game. Augustine against Grant. He kicks it to Ross. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Mike Muscala. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul.
Toronto's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. And there's the pass to Pondexter. 51 seconds left in the third. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
Yeah, exceptional play there to take the bump and still get it to fall.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
One shot.
Here's Grant. He has 6. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Kicks to Ross. Takes a 3. Hits the three-point bomb. Ross has got his third basket of the night right there.
Yeah, Terrence Ross in his comfort zone from distance. This guy has always had the eye of a sharpshooter.
Brown against Frazier. Shot clock at 6. Deep 2 from Pondexter. And that one goes long.
Well, I'll tell you, it hasn't been his best quarter, but we know he won't get discouraged. This guy will keep grinding.
And count it, the shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
And you're not going to pass up that kind of look.
Shooting one.
For Los Angeles, they have made 10 of their 14 tries at the free throw line in the game.
One shot. One shot.
And Grant, no good on that one. Out left to the wing. From 17 feet out. No good there. And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. Toronto ahead, running away with it. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
And, Greg, nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. They've got Grant. Williams is out there with Anderson. Then it's Mike Muscala, and it's Brown in at the two-guard spot. That's who's out there for the Clippers.
And look at how quick he was to bite on the pump fake. Left his feet way too soon.
Morris kicks to Grant. Out to Morris. We've seen, Doris, the NBA take a very active role in growing the game internationally. Talk about some of the specifics you've seen in that regard.
Well, I think you have a great leader at the top in Adam Silver who understands that the game is growing on an international stage. It's becoming increasingly popular. And so you see NBA teams going over and playing regular season games in different countries. That's one particular way. Then you have the NBA Cares initiative, which when those teams are over there, they can go out and build basketball academies. NBA in Africa is a once-a-year trip, and they bring 2 teams of NBA players. Think about some of the players off of that continent where they have turned into legit stars. So I think it's important that the game continue to develop, and I love that the NBA considers it part of their responsibility.
A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone right now. Grant outside. Muscala finds Anderson. And finished off by Anderson.
I'll tell you, we talk about Anderson's ability to drive the basketball, and defensively, you can't let him get that close.
Moore outside. Grant against Morris. Back to Moore. Doris, you think of all the highlight reel plays we get to see up close. We're so lucky. We feel the same way every time we sit courtside and watch one of these games. One of the most enjoyable parts about it, seeing the reactions of the guys on the bench.
They're just losing it, Kevin. They're falling down and they're bumping into each other, and then seeing the opposing bench trying to keep that poker face. They know they're not supposed to react, but sometimes the play is just so good you can't help it.
And we get out of our seats, don't we? I mean, just like the players do. We get out of our seats.
Oh, no doubt. I'll stand up, wave my hands in the air. Are you kidding?
Here's Anderson.
Well, Joe Kim Noah making his presence felt on the defensive end.
For Toronto, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. And each one more good for 3.
And piling on to that big lead, we know he has the range late on the defensive reaction.
You always got to D up on the perimeter. When you don't, this is what happens.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Toronto, they've gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Teardrop shot. The offensive rebound. Out to Morris. Grant the pass to Bamba for the 3. And again, Toronto with the triple.
And crucial that Bamba keeps evolving his perimeter game. Big men like him have to be able to shoot it.
Brown the pass to Muscala. He dishes it to Grant. Noah with the block. Stolen by Noah. Fast break Toronto. Morris with the ball. Shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for 2. Morris has got 5 points now in the quarter. And so Brown will bring it up for the Clippers. Passes it to Muscala. Nice jump shot from the top of the key. Toronto's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. Moore against Brown. And Moore kicks it to Noah. Bamba passes to Moore. Shot clock at 5. In the corner, it's Noah. And Bamba now top of the key. Offline from the top of the key.
Yeah, but the hand in the face, it's critical that you contest his shots every time down the floor.
Basket good.
I'll tell you guys, what a delivery on that lead pass. He puts it right where his teammate can go get it.
Morris outside. Moore against Grant. And there's Morris. That's good on the assist from Moore.
And really a good job spotting his teammate near the bucket and then just pinpoint passing for the finish.
Grant kicks to Williams. For today's defensive schemes, Doris, which are more valuable in your opinion? Great on-ball defenders or great help defenders?
Well, I think you need both, obviously. I think anytime you can pressure the ball to a high level, I think that's very disruptive at the point of attack. But I also think in an era of incredible motion offense, you think of players and teams like the Golden State Warriors, the San Antonio Spurs. There's great ball movement, player movement, and you've got to be able to be aware at least 2 passes away. So you need both quality types of defenders to me to have a high-level defense, Kev.
I agree. It begins with an on-ball defender and usually evolves into a help defender. I mean, you can't do one without the other.
Agreed.
Here's Knox. Another shot, and he sinks the layup. Muscala's got 6 in the quarter.
What a fantastic game he's had on the offensive end. If only his teammates could keep up.
Portis, rebounded by Knox.
Now affecting the shot in a big way there. Excellent defense.
Well, you talk about getting into the space of the shooter. This is how you defend the paint.
Morris outside. Pass to Noah. Left side, Portis. Bazemore for 3. But they'll get another chance.
Well, listen, there's no one around him, and he says, thank you very much. Wide open look at 3, as easy as that.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 6 of 12 from the field here in the fourth, and even 50%. Muscala with the ball. Noah picks him up. From deep. Joakim Noah grabs the miss. Noah's got his 4th rebound in this one. Bazemore, no one around him. And the 3 off target. Los Angeles has gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Knox the pass to Brown. Anderson against Bazemore. From 13. No good off the back of the rim. Toronto's gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. Makes it off the glass. Bazemore's got 19 points.
I tell you what, his accuracy has been the story of this game.
No doubt. I mean, he's doing his best to guide his team to victory. Superb job shooting the ball in this final period.
Knox the pass to Anderson. Moore with the steal for the finish, and Morris throws it down.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
Fantastic anticipation. Then he shows major explosiveness converting at the other end.
Ross is checked in for the Clippers. Doris, what is your solution to the controversy surrounding one-and-dones?
Kevin, I believe the one-and-dones will be a thing of the past, and I think it will happen shortly. And the reason that can now become a viable option is the G League holds the key. You can now allow players to enter into the minor league straight out of high school. If they raise the salary of those G League players, then it helps across the board.
Terrence Ross, Doris, one of the more athletic wingmen in the league.
All right, Kevin, this guy's got great reach and frame for the position he plays, and he's always been able to dazzle at times, but he can also disappear. So this guy has got to find that ability to get involved and stay active.
And he sinks the second. Well, the league is always looking for ways to adjust the rules, make them better. There's a committee that studies this every single year. And, you know, with that in mind, Doris, any rules you think they should alter or tweak?
Yeah, there's absolutely one, Kevin. And I think this goes to the point where perhaps we can have some more uniformity in the FIBA-ruled games that are played and the NBA. And there's one thing that's occurred in international play where players are becoming more athletic, and the opportunity for electric stuff to happen in transition is critical. To me, we have got to stop the intentional fouls, which are prohibiting fast breaks and all the potential for the explosive, exciting athleticism to be on display. So that, to me, is something we've got to address.
I'm with you. Over in the corner, Portis. Back to Morris. 5 on the clock. Over in the corner, Portis. Here's Moore. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
As second chance points, right? If you want to keep Joakim Noah off the glass, you got to do your work early.
Graham with the ball. Morris is there. Graham kicks to Ross. The three-pointer, no good. Toronto's gotten off 4 three-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. Down low. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And E'Twaun Moore has always been a solid shooter in the NBA, Greg, and he's continued to grow in that department.
I mean, just look at the career numbers from deep in terms of efficiency. In the last few years, he started to take on more and more volume in terms of the three-point shot. Hasn't changed his percentages, though, at all. And I would give him the green light as much as he wants from beyond.
Here's Graham, covered by Morris. Graham, the pass to Anderson. Ross on the wing. Fires it up. That one wide left.
I'll tell you, it'd be a big help if he could snap out of this cold streak. His shooting has been hurting them.
Back to Morris. Pass to Portis. So often when a player changes teams, Doris, we see a lot of emotions from him, his teammates, from the fans, and coaches. Is it even reasonable to expect loyalty in sports nowadays?
You know, I think times have changed, Kevin. We're no longer living in an era where a player sticks with an organization throughout the course of his tenure, or at least that is the outlier nowadays. The reality is teams always make decisions with their long-term best interests at heart. And so when a player has earned the right to embrace his free agency, there's a reason it's termed free agency, then he should have an equal opportunity to the team to make the decisions that are in his best interest. Whatever those values and priorities for that individual player are, when you reach free agency, you've earned that right.
Muscala with the ball. Morris is there. Good on the shot. Anderson's got 4 points in the quarter.
Now, Kevin, that's about the length and determination of Justin Anderson. It really makes him a handful to cover in the painted area.
Bazemore finds Portis. And here's Bazemore. Morris outside. Takes the three. That one is good again. He's 6 for 8 from the floor with the basket.
Another triple, and that's been the story of this second half.
Boy, they have consistently been draining shots from deep, and that can take the heart out of an opponent.
Deep 2 from Ross. Rebound by the Raptors.
Oh, a lapse defensively, and they actually get away with it. Bad idea to leave him open consistently, though.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Raptors.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And they took charge when it counted, and they'll be notching their 9th win overall.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Mike Muscala. That's his second personal foul. At the line for the Raptors, Bobby Portis, taking 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. Los Angeles making a switch here. Grant's checked in, and Toronto also making a switch. Quincy Pondexter, he's checked in for Kent Bazemore. And here's Grant. He'll bring it up for the Clippers.
It's a 40-point game.
And Muscala kicks to Grant. It's deflected.
Sweet.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Outside Portis. Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession.
Clippers ball.
There's 18 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Grant the pass to Muscala. Grant, that's good.
A physical basketball there, and in the best sense. A hard screen allows him to shake the defender and get to the bucket for the layup.
Now here's more. And so Toronto takes this one, but by a big margin. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Joe. Nice win.
David, thank you as always. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, and the rest of our...
Look at that stat line.